Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and today I have a triple reaction coming right up to you. We're actually going to be listening to two songs from Alice Cooper and one from Blackmore's Night. Now, on my channel, I have not once reacted to Alice Cooper, and frankly, I didn't know who he was until I got this request. Apparently, Alice Cooper is in the world of glam rock or shock rock. We have done a handful of glam rock reactions or maybe hair metal reactions on the channel. I don't know how similar those subgenres are, but either way, I'm excited to find out for myself. We're going to be checking out the songs Halo of Flies first, then we'll actually take a step into Blackmore's Night with All for One, and then lastly we'll return to Alice Cooper again with the song My Stars. I hope that's clear. I'm excited to check this out, and it is all thanks to Mark, the Anthemic, for making this donation request. Thank you, Mark, and Mark dedicates this to Susan Williams. Hope you're doing well, Susan. But now, let's jump in, starting with Alice Cooper's Halo of Flies. Oh, the panning. Oh wow. It's like dissonant. Back and forth we go. Oh, I like this vibe. Very staccato. Not to pause it too quick or anything, but like we've just experienced 4 separate section changes is what it seems. It's moving. It is moving. No repetition in this at all.
I got the answers to all of your questions. If you've got the money to pay me in gold, I will be living before Monte Carlo, and you will be reading the secrets I sold.
You could sort of hear in that section the guitar melody perfectly echoing, or I guess in parallel with the vocal melody there, and the bass is doing something entirely different. I'm going to go back and listen to the bass here. Yeah, they're like clashing with one another, but it works. Nice chord.
deeply moves me. She'd rather shoot me in my tracks.
God, what is happening?
A Middle Asian lady.
Bro, what is happening?
She really came as no surprise.
I'm pretty sure there's been zero repetition.
But I still did destroy her. And I will smash Halo.
Oh, bring the intensity, yeah. Oh wow. It's a bit like Phrygian in this section. I'm gonna be honest, it is gonna be hard for me to be able to like speak on all of the unique elements that we've heard thus far, because it feels like literally every 20 seconds we get a new look, a new riff, a new melody. And I can't quite recall if we've even had repetition. It feels like we haven't. And that's actually really cool. Not that you have to repeat songs or anything, but it's like so atypical, or repeat sections, but it's so atypical in music to create a song that is just one fluid stream of consciousness with no repetition. One modern band that I've heard do this one time was Falling in Reverse. They created a new song that I think it came out like a year and a half ago at this point, which is all just one stream of musical consciousness. You change between like 12, 15 different genres without any repetition. It's a cool style, but it requires like many re-listens to really, I think, appreciate everything that's going on here. But in each individual section, everything sounds good. It's just a little hard to, I guess, remember. And then given that it's hard to remember, it's hard to like pick a riff that this song is defined by, which doesn't have to be the point of the song, but I digress. Many caveats there. Let's go back.
You never will understand.
That is cool. What is this? If this song was a maze, I would never escape. What? It is cool. It is cool. Whoa, the polyrhythm there. Hold on, let's hear that rhythm again. Right there. It starts running away. Oh, so much is going on. Is there more? Oh my goodness. You know, I feel like the first word that popped into my mind was chaotic, but that almost feels wrong for some odd reason. Because I don't think this is true chaos. Like, I see Grateful Dead here on my screen. Grateful Dead, if you listen to them, you could rightfully attribute one of their adjectives to be chaos in certain moments. This isn't fully chaos, but it is grand. It's cascading, it's sweeping, it's up and down, left and right, just taking us into room after room, corridor after corridor. It feels like we're sailing on the ocean one minute and flying high above the next, and then the very next moment we're collapsing back down into like a volcano and shooting back up into the stratosphere and making our way to Mercury. Like, this is the kind of song that takes us everywhere, but interestingly, it does so with the same set of instruments. It's not like new instruments were added to different sections of the song in a very obvious way. Like, we didn't hear a saxophone enter the chat. We didn't hear trumpet or trombone or strings or instruments that would literally change the composition. Everything was just guitar work, bass work. I mean, how do you do it with guitar, bass, drums, vocals, and that's it? I don't know. I don't even think I heard keys. So to create that much movement with just those four instruments and seemingly there's no repetition, that is definitely a feat. And I think I'll need time to digest what I just heard. And this is the kind of song, of course, that just requires listen after listen after re-listen after re-listen. So let me defer this to future Sohum. Let's check out the Blackmore's Night Song and then see where I land. This one is All for One. Channel favorite, Richie Blackmore. Oh, the feels are real. love the melody. I'm enamored. Oh my gosh. I love it. This is like medieval rock right now. You know what's so funny about doing the Alice Cooper song first and then going to Blackmore's Night, and then we'll, after this one, return back to Alice Cooper? The Alice Cooper song had no repetition, but Blackmore's Night, in my estimation, is notorious for their repetition, for finding a melody that works and just building the song, building everything on those consistent melodies, the layers that get added with chorus 1 to 2 to 3, from verse 1 to 2 to 3. A lot of that comes from the repetition. It's just two different styles, right? This is why music is... It's so dynamic. You can just do anything you want. No repetition, great. Full repetition, great. Everything works. I love her soloing here. Let her go. Oh, the tempo. Oh, that is gorgeous. Hand it off to the man. Back to the melody, but it's a modification slightly. I'm so happy right now. the bagpipes. That's a fun surprise. I believe you told me, Mark. That was fire. The first word that comes to my mind for this performance was just epic. The second word, fire. The third word, full. I love how this composition is just so full, and as even the bagpipes got added, it felt like there was no moment really to breathe. There was no respite. It was just hammering us with more awesome melody. And as I wrote in the thought bubbles, hope you guys are enjoying those, by the way. It took me a little while to code that. As I put in the thought bubbles, the Blackmore's Night formula is seemingly take a beautiful melody, a medieval style melody, but a beautiful one at that, do it simply at the beginning, and build around it. Repeat it, and then build around it some more, and then hand it off to Richie for a bit of a solo, and then repeat the melody again, build around it, keep building such that you hear the chorus basically 5, 6, maybe even 7 separate times. I'm not really keeping count, so don't take those words at face value, or those numbers at face value. But the repetition as it builds, it feels like you would get bored, but because they keep adding more and more and more to it, whether it's melodic complexity or any rhythmic variation, backing vocals, or, any and all of those elements that either get added or more complicated or subtracted, there are differences between those sections of repetition, allowing the song to really explode when they want it to. And it is in such stark contrast to what we heard with Alice Cooper. I'm just happy all around. Both songs are excellent in their own right, and let's now return back to Alice Cooper. Let's check out the song My Stars. Let's see if we get any repetition this time. Liking the bass and piano fusion melody. The bass hands it off to the keys. Guitar in the back. Ooh. This is already complicated. This is remarkably intriguing. I'm sorry to pause it so early into this one, but there's so much that I'm noticing here. I'll keep it as brief as I can, but there are these handoffs in the melody between different instruments. So you have the bass starting off and handing off the melody as it's ascending to the keys, and the guitar is doing its thing in the background, and then later we have the parallel rhythm with the snares that we hear and the ascending keys. This is like a very, very intricate composition to be able to fuse these instruments together where you want to and pull them apart, but also allow them to kind of pass the baton between each other, not between sections, but within the same riff. That is super cool. Loving the melody. It's almost like Phrygian. This is repeated. I never have any idea where we're going, but I love every moment of it. I love songs like that where I don't have to like anticipate the good part because I'm always in the good part. Yeah, I have never heard anything like that. Alice Cooper is in a class of their own. Um, God, where do I even start? Maybe I'll start with Blackmore's Night, just so I can get my bearings straight, because I have far more experience with Blackmore's Night, Richie Blackmore, Candace Night, than I do Alice Cooper, so give me a little more time to process. With Blackmore's Night in mind, this is, I think, one of their more exuberant, more bombastic, more energetic live performances that I think I've, had the pleasure of listening to on this channel. Because oftentimes what I'll find with Blackmore's Night is we will settle in this kind of middling range where the melody has pretty much been expanded upon and it doesn't necessarily blow up in the way that it did in this performance of All for One. I'm glad we got the the introduction of those bagpipes. I'm glad we had those amazing backing vocalists, this Richie solo moments, the Candace solo moments and singing. It really felt like a collaborative effort on that stage. And when you have so many musicians, you'd imagine like, oh, maybe they're going to step over each other's toes. But no, they created such a full sound. That has to be one of my favorite Blackmore's Night songs and performances that I've heard. So already just like off to a great start. I guess we started that in the middle. That was the second song, but with this recap, off to a great start. Now switching gears to Alice Cooper. God, it is unique. That is for sure. I love how every single section independently sounds good and all of them strung together. I feel like I should be able to anticipate what's happening, but invariably, because all of the sections are different from one another, I'm unable to do that prediction. There was only, I think, 2 or 3 section parallels that I noticed in the song My Stars, where I felt there was some repetition, but outside of those few moments, everything from every moment of these songs were unique. And that is impressive to create and craft so many unique sections, memorize them all, play them fluidly, act as if, that's like the main melody of the song, but for that melody to then change, for the rhythm to then change, for the instruments in the spotlight to then change. Maybe that's the operative word to describe Alice Cooper, is change. God, that is crazy. I am definitely down to do more Alice Cooper reactions, or really anything for that matter, so feel free to send a request my way. You can do so by clicking the first link in the description box below. But I'm also very curious. Leave all of your comments about Alice Cooper, Blackmore's Night. What do you guys think about everything that I discussed here today? I'd be very curious to hear your thoughts. But that's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed the reaction. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, my friends. Take care and peace.